What is up, everybody? Walk here, bringing you Reddit Alchemy's 17th War Recap. This one was against Castle Hero. They are an international clan. It's our 22nd war win in a row, so the streak's getting pretty long. It was the win that got us to level 5, so as you can see, lots of green. So yeah, big things. Got my allergies, so sorry about that if I sound a little weird today. Let's see what we got here. So, got 2 3-stars on some Town Hall 10s with my 9.5s. Let's give a shout out to the 6-star people of this war. So, I got 6 stars on my 9.5 alt. C Millie bringing home 6 stars, great job. Angry Neeson, great job. Sun Tzu, great job. Let's see. We've got Cons, great job. Wildfire, I think this is the first 3-star since joining. I think he's been here for maybe 2 wars, maybe 3 possibly. I got 6 stars. And that's it. So less 6 stars than last war, but a bit harder of matchup base-wise. They didn't really have offense, as you can tell by 60 stars out of, what is it, 90? 82 out of 90 for us is pretty good. Overall, pretty pleased. This attack, so close to 2 stars. A little disappointing. You know, leaving 2 stars on Town Hall 9 is not great. But below 13, I think we cleared everything. Cleanup could have been a little bit better. We really should have gotten probably about 86. I have a feeling that some of us didn't take this war as seriously because we knew pretty much from prep day when we saw their offense that we were in good shape. Gotta stay sharp, guys. Gotta execute. Anyway, let's get started. So, I still think LavaLoon is one of the strongest strategies. And so, I use LavaLoon. This base had no sweeper. The next base, I believe, had a sweeper. And it's rushed. I'm a 9.5, so both my accounts are 9.5. So the 10s that we pull tend to be rushed. Oh, the sweeper's right there. But not in a really ideal place to do anything. So I've been working on, let's call it a theory, it's kind of stupid, but Secant and I believe that some defenses might be more important than air defenses when you're going to do a cold-blooded. And I think that's part of the reason why shatters are rising and you're only getting 1 air defense when you do a shattered, because some defenses are really important to take out more so than, others. And I think wizard towers are key. So what I ended up doing is I sent a cold-blooded in through here rather than through, I'll make this one green, rather than through here, because I felt like the wizard towers are probably more dangerous on the back end of LavaLoon attacks than anything else, and I kind of wanted to test it. And also, I wanted to start my attack from this area because air defenses are exposed. The only expo that's set to air is exposed. An inferno exposed. So I wanted to start from like the northwest area, and I wanted to sort of spiral it down this way, and I didn't want to have only loons left to clean up these wizard towers because I feel like that's where your attacks, or my attacks, run into issues. I'll probably start calculating some math and try and figure out, what defenses are most important for taking out during cold-bloodeds. But I think taking out 2 wizard towers definitely helped me wreck this base. The low air defenses helped obviously too, but anyway, let's watch the attack. So Cold-Blooded comes in. I kind of assumed that I'd be running into 2 or 3 Teslas because of the way the base was laid out. I wanted my wall breakers to get this corner, but they didn't. So I end up not getting the queen. But because I got the wizard towers, it ends up really not mattering because I get 2 wizard towers and 3 Teslas, I think. The full CC dies. So Tesla's out. And there we go. So I start my LavaLoon attack, spiraling around. Use the freeze, make sure my loons stay healthy. A LavaLoon pops, I freeze, trying to keep the pups alive. Always try to keep pups alive, try and keep your loons alive. And so it's just pretty much a collapsing spiral similar to usual. And, you know, with the added bonus of having free spells to keep your lavas alive. One hound didn't pop, but ended up not mattering. This was pretty textbook, I guess, although it is a low base. I am learning to attack higher bases. The top Town Hall 10 in this war, I was pretty sure I couldn't do it, and we needed those stars elsewhere, so I 3-starred this one, and I moved on. So, as you can see, even though it had a sweeper, it really didn't affect my plan. People haven't really figured out how to place them defensively in a way that, you know, makes it difficult. So here we are on my alt 9.5, and as you can see, very low heroes, but high level LavaLoon, low level spells, whatever. Working on getting it up slowly. And free queen, so I dropped my king. I knew I could do this one with my alt because it had a free queen. And from here, it's just a Penta LavaLoon into single tower infernos. I start from the south, and the reason for starting from the south was wizard towers. Again, as I learned more about this attack from practicing and failing, wizard towers, I've been saying for a while, are definitely the key. And it just seemed like this, I mean, technically that's half, but the wizard tower is really close here to being on the southern half. So I started the attack from the south because I wanted to take out the wizard towers first, or relatively earlier. So I go in, zap the clan castle, freeze the single target inferno because after it kills one hound. I didn't want it killing the hounds too early. I let it kill another hound and freeze it again. And now I'm down to 1 lava hound with 1 air defense, which is perfect. And I think it pops just in time, if I remember. No, it doesn't. Anyway, so I actually got really lucky then because I almost ran out of time probably. But I dropped my queen for cleanup, and that's pretty simple. So this attack was definitely a little different because I, you know, came up through the base flat from the south rather than any type of spiral. But LavaLoon, guys, definitely the way to go, I think. Let's see. The next attack we're going to look at is Cons on number 8. It's again a LavaLoon attack. You know, so let's take a look. I haven't watched this attack yet, but I assume he's going to, you know, come in through here, get the highest level air defense, get the queen with a cold-blooded. And with the sweeper being here, the plan should probably be some kind of collapsing spiral in this direction. That would be how I do it. Let's see how Cons does it. There you go. Golem comes in. I think that's at my golem, since I did most of the donating. In comes his cold-blooded, exactly as I said it should. And Zap comes down, zaps the CC, Queen should kill the Queen eventually. This AI change is definitely making it more difficult, but he gets it done. Great job. And in comes the collapsing spiral, exactly as I thought. So I think that means he's watching these videos and listening when I am preaching in clan chat, which is pretty cool if that's true. As you can see, a textbook collapsing spiral, which we've been preaching for all of these war recaps. It's really the key to getting it done. Plenty of pups left over. You know, this wizard tower is doing work, but he gets it down in time. One more shot though, and he lost 4 loons, and could have been the difference maker. And clean up. LavaLoons are boring. Clean up. So great job, Cons. I really hope that you. I mean, you've been getting a lot more consistent, so I hope that the recaps had something to do with it. And you know, everybody else should pay attention, because Cons went from, you know, being somewhat inconsistent, getting 1 stars and 3 stars about 50% of the time, and now he's 3-starring at least once a war, sometimes twice a war. So great improvement. The next attack we're going to look at is Wildfire on 11. This is a really cool attack because it's really efficient. So we're going to spend more time breaking down this attack. So it's a LavaLoon attack, but as you can see, he's got 2 witches, which seems really weird. And you know, if you ever had tried to plan a LavaLoon attack, you don't want air defenses clustered like this. It really, when 2 air defenses are overlapping that closely, it's going to shred your lavas, especially if you can't path the loons there pretty instantly. So what he does is he invests a lot into this cold-blooded. So he's going to come from the north with a really wide funnel, and he's going to funnel down, and his goal is to basically kill this whole area like that, killing everything in this area. So he's planning on getting 2 air defenses, the air sweeper, 2 archer towers, and the queen. And so he invests heavily in this. It's kind of a do or die scenario because, you know, there's really very little margin for error, but he invests a lot, and he ends up getting a lot out of it. So, I mean, great plan, great execution. He saves his king really long to make sure that he's going to get the king into where he needs to go. Saves the wall breakers, times the splash, puts the jump down, and then he drops his king. Kind of screws up the funnel a bit, but doesn't really matter. Queen gets the queen. Queen gets an air defense. Queen gets another air defense. Queen got an air tower. A wizard tower and a Tesla. Oh, sorry, no wizard tower, just a Tesla. And now in comes the LavaLoon. He kind of spirals it a little bit. It's not the greatest pathing, but, you know, did the job. And yeah. So pretty much a loon cleanup. His kill squad really killed, his kill squad killed half the base, so not a lot to clean up at the end of this attack. Overall, it was really interesting. He invested a lot, but he got a lot out of it. And so that's something to think about. If you can invest heavier into your kill squad to get those 2 air defenses that are clumped, you don't have to switch to a hog strategy, which usually that's what we do, is we would switch to a hog strategy when the air defenses are that clustered. But, you know, Wildfire teaching us that don't necessarily need to do that. And the last attack we're going to look at is Matty Ice. You've seen some of his Town Hall 8 attacks. He is a Town Hall 8.5 at the moment. And this was a cleanup attack. And I'm showing you this mainly for this reason right here. You know, people put giant bombs outside the base. People put Teslas with 2 double giant bombs. It works once. So Matt is able to trip a giant bomb for a barbarian. He's able to trip a giant bomb for a barbarian. You know, these are really cheap trips, putting them outside the base. And once you have 2 giant bombs out of the way, you know you're in pretty good shape. So he lures, and he's going to pull a CC out. And he's going to drop his CC, putting it in on the queen, which, you know, I like to see. I think it's the way to do it if you can get away with it. And now an Asian wall hog, because he knew that there were going to be giant bombs in this area of the base. I think it's there. So let's see. There's a Tesla, and I think giant bomb is behind it. There it is. So he had the heal down. The Asian wall means that, you know, you're going to be less affected. And pretty much just straight through the base. I'm not a huge fan of Asian wall because you don't have the pathing as well, but I think the person before Asian walled, and either way, it was a great attack. Obviously, so we learned that this bomb wasn't exposed in the previous attack, so he didn't know where the last one was going to be, but ended up not mattering. But yeah, guys, giant bombs outside the base, definitely don't do it. It's great when your enemy does it because you know you're going to have a really easy cleanup. You know, 2 barbarians tripped 2 bombs, and you know, half the bombs down on a Town Hall 9 base is really, really easy to hug. So great job, Matty Ice. You know, I know you've been struggling with some Town Hall 9s getting up to that level with that you had at Town Hall 8 where you could 3-star anything. 3-starring 5 above your number, it's a great start. Great job cleaning up. You know, good job, everybody. You know, our execution definitely started sloppy, but we brought it home for the most part. Got to be a little bit cleaner on attacks like these, hitting a little bit higher than you know your troops would allow. If you didn't have both your heroes, you really shouldn't be hitting these 2 bases. There were some go-like mistakes. The dude and I talked it over. But overall, you know, pretty good effort considering we knew it was going to be an easy war. Just make sure you don't lose that focus. Make sure you don't lose the or don't skip on your prep. That's what I'm trying to say. It's really important. Get those attacks in and execute well. You know, you don't want to take it easy on an easy clan and then find out in the last 6 hours that we're in trouble. So overall though, 22nd win, we're flying high. We got level 5, so everybody's pretty happy right now. Please like, comment, subscribe if you liked the video, learned anything. And yeah, this is Walk from Alchemy signing off.